Ho ho ho! Welcome to the Don't Look podcast, the podcast where we talk about anything horror related. I'm your host Kevin,
and I'm your co-host Ulises.
And today we are going to talk about Christmas stuff, pretty much.
Christmas. This is our Christmas episode.
Yes, officially. And typically, like horror and Christmas don't really
go hand in hand.
Right. They really don't, but we're going to try our best to be as jolly but spooky as possible for this episode. And for this episode, we're actually going to talk about a story or a tale, a legend, some say, about the counterpart of Santa Claus. And that beast, his name is Krampus. So, Uli, first, before I give you everything that I know and research about Krampus, what do you know about him?
Krampus, I know that he's like an older figure-ish, like a slim kind of goat man figure-ish kind of.
Yeah, pretty much. I wouldn't be surprised if they're related.
I know he has, from what I remember, he has horns.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and I might be confusing him with someone else, but they have a claw or something?
Yeah, he's has claws.
Right, that's him. That's pretty much all I know.
That's all you know?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let me go and describe him real quick.
Okay.
So, sorry. So, Krampus is a mythical half-demon, half-goat creature that works as an anti-Santa Claus made to scare misbehaving children. So, yeah, he's kind of a version of Goatman in a way, except that he doesn't stay in a bridge or anything like that.
Okay.
Mostly chills with Santa in the North Pole.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's just Santa's neighbor?
Yeah, kind of, sort of. I mean, Santa's in North Pole. He'll be somewhere in hell.
Okay.
So.
Is it like the opposite? So it's like the inside, like the, what's it called? Like on Stranger Things, where it's like the underworld or whatever?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay. So he is in the North Pole, but he's not in the North Pole.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, that's a version of his story.
Okay.
Pretty much. Then the tale originated from Alpine folklore and can be traced back to pre-Alpine traditions and pagan celebrations of the winter solstice. His name comes from the German word Krampen, which means claw in English.
Okay.
So that kind of refers to his little claws. You know. And
Krampus.
Yeah, and I wasn't sure what Alpine first meant. So I had to look it up, and it actually means kind of, it relates to mountains. Kind of in people refer them their mountains in Switzerland as Alpine.
So like a mountain creature.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's mainly a European type of folk tale. Yeah.
So is he more popular in Europe than?
Oh yeah, definitely. I'll tell you. Let's see. I know I read it down here. Yeah. So many countries, like Austria, Germany, Slovenia, Hungary, and many more actually celebrate Krampus.
Okay.
Yeah, actually, many celebrations include the Krampus Run, which is when people dress as Krampus have a parade through the streets scaring spectators.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, kind of reminds me of
I'm trying to look up Krampus here to see a visual.
Yep. Have you ever had parades in Mexico, for Dia de los Muertos or anything like that?
No, we have. I'm sure that they have them, but I've never been.
You never been part of. Yeah, me neither. But it kind of reminds me of that a little bit, which I think it's kind of cool.
Right.
That they.
Is there a specific day where they celebrate this? Is it like Christmas Day or is it leading up to Christmas?
I'm actually not sure when they do it.
Mm-hmm.
It might just be randomly on a day. But there is a day that it's specifically for Krampus. So let me go over his relationship with Santa Claus or Saint Nick.
Okay.
As some people call it. Krampus is known to be the counterpart of Saint Nick. There is actually a day called Krampus Day that happens on December 5th, which is actually tomorrow. From when we are recording this.
From the original recording date.
Yeah.
It's tomorrow.
Yeah. Which is, so it's December 5th, which is the day before Saint Nick Day, which is on the 6th.
Okay.
So, I guess the idea is that Krampus comes and gets all the misbehaving children.
Okay.
Before Saint Nick makes some type of visit.
Okay. So he's like a more extreme Grinch, basically.
Pretty much.
Instead of stealing gifts, he steals kids.
Oh yeah, pretty much. So, let's see. let me describe his appearance real quick. So Krampus is described to have long horns, a goat-like beard, dark fur, cloven hooves, long taloned fingers, and sharp fangs. So you can kind of paint a picture of it.
Yeah, that resembles what I imagined.
Yeah, pretty much people do imagine that. Yeah, and then he actually carries a chain around. Like kind of like drags a little bit to like for like to people that are familiar with the story,
right?
Can like if they hear chains, around the holidays.
Oh, that's the sound. That
yeah, they're like, okay, he's coming. Fuck.
Oh, interesting.
So yeah, he just does that as like a frightening tactic for his victims.
Okay.
Yeah.
The question: does he have like something that he teleports in? You know how Santa has a sled and he has a reindeer. Does Krampus have anything?
As far as I know, I don't think so. I think he just
appears. I don't know.
He just appears. Yeah, I know. In some tales, he goes down the chimney like Santa. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he has his own version of reindeers. It would be kind of cool. But as far as I know, no.
Does he have any powers or anything?
Powers?
Mythological powers.
Mythological. As far as I know, he's only able to like go into hell, like back and forth. As far as I know, I know. So there was a movie in 2015.
Okay. Yes, I do remember.
And they kind of do like go over the top with his powers a little bit.
Okay.
I don't know. Have you seen it?
No, I haven't.
You have not seen it?
I know of it, but I haven't seen it.
Yeah. So in 2015, there was a movie about Krampus going after a family that disrespected the holiday of Christmas.
Okay.
And I saw a little bit of it, and he pretty much like goes all out. Like he traps that family in the house in a snow globe. And I guess the snow globe is like his own version of like purgatory.
Okay.
Pretty much, just traps the entire family there. Like that's how it ends. Pretty much. Spoiler alert. Where
they're just trapped there in the snow globe.
Yeah, pretty much. And I know he controlled the weather a little bit, not a little bit, like a lot. Like they were nearly freezing.
Okay.
You couldn't. It was impossible for you to like basically leave, and if you were outside when he froze the entire environment, like you were frozen with it.
Okay.
I know he did some stuff with toys where he'll lay down one of those pop-up toys.
Yeah, those like jumping boxes thingy.
Jack in the Box, there you go.
Yeah.
One of those. I know he made those to like kill
were they like bombs or would they attack?
No, they will come to life.
Okay.
Stuff like that. There was a scene where like a girl was like under like not a bus, a car, I guess. Yeah. And like you just see Krampus walking by, and he just leaves a Jack in the Box on the floor, turns it on, and he just went to like it pops up, and then like you don't see it. It's not a very graphic movie. So you just see like the car move from the bottom.
From the bottom,
and it's signified that she's being attacked.
Okay. Did she survive this attack or?
So at the end we find out that all the family members weren't really killed. Like it seems like I know there was a scene with a kid where he gets swallowed by one of the toys. Okay. So you would think like he's dead, but no, he was captured. And then the family just they're just together. But for the final twist to be is that they're all inside of the house, inside of a snow globe. And I think at the very end, one of the kids is sent to hell.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Why? Why does he get extra punished?
Why does he get extra punished? I think at the beginning, the kid was excited for Christmas, but everyone, the whole entire family was just being extra negative and ruining the vibe. And he was writing a letter to Santa, I think. Mm-hmm. And then he got mad with his family, and then he took his anger on Santa, I guess, and he ripped the letter.
Oh, okay.
And then he just threw the pieces of the letter from a window.
Okay.
And then I guess Krampus saw, or I don't know, I guess he felt a disturbance in the force where right. This kid's disrespecting my boy Santa. I can't have that.
What did they do to hate Christmas, or why did they hate Christmas, the whole family?
They were just being extra negative. There was just these little plot points where there was this aunt and uncle that are just assholes as people. Okay. And they were just ruining the vibe. Then there was this dad where he was just working too much, and okay. The mom just tried to keep it together, but she couldn't.
They didn't have the Christmas spirit then.
Yeah, they didn't have the Christmas spirit. I guess that was the what's it called, the not the signal, the fucking the message of the movie
the message of the film was to have
the Christmas spirit, or else Krampus will go after you.
Interesting. You said so. Krampus basically is defending Santa the whole time.
Yeah, kind of like. Right. So as I did research, they're not really like enemies. Kind of. He kind of does like Santa's dirty work. Okay. I guess.
Got it.
I guess that's some ways people interpret it.
Yeah, just like an evil version of Santa. That.
Yeah, because sometimes people say that like him and Saint Nick like go together to the houses, and Saint Nick will leave the presents for the good kids, and Krampus would just take the bad kids with him.
Oh.
Yeah. So there's some versions where they're like, buddies, and there's some versions where they're not interacting at all. But there's no version where they're like straight up enemies.
Like they don't fight or whatever.
Yeah, it's not like God versus Satan or anything like that.
Interesting.
Yeah. So talking about the movie, there was also an episode of, I guess, my favorite show, like since I mentioned it too many times. Yeah. From the show Supernatural.
Let me guess.
Yeah,
Supernatural.
yeah, Supernatural, and it was from an episode called A Supernatural Christmas, which was season 3, episode 8.
Okay.
And mainly just focused on Krampus. Oh. I remember the opening for that episode. It was Krampus was just going down a chimney. A kid was, waiting for him, and he found the kid. And I remember the kid came up to him. It's like, "Are you Santa?" or something like that. And he doesn't say anything. He just continues to walk, and then he comes back from the stairs, and with bodies on his sack.
Wow.
And it turns out he was kidnapping the parents.
Oh, the kid was just there.
Yeah, and then
he just happened to be wrong place, wrong time.
Yeah, and then the kid just offered him like cookies, and then he just takes one, eats one, and it just leaves the kid alone.
Okay. Yeah. So he does take the parents.
In that version of the show.
Okay.
Yeah, it turns out it wasn't. I don't think it was. I think it turned out not to be Krampus, and it turned out to be like 2 old people that were like pagan gods or something like that.
Oh.
It's been a while since I've seen that episode. But it came down to that. But their first like theory was that it has to be Krampus. But I think it.
Oh, so like they never show him in the beginning.
No, they do not.
Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of like a
We just expect it to be.
We expected it to be pretty much. So let's see what else have we through. But yep, that's pretty much everything I had to go through. Like as his background, pretty much. Yeah.
Krampus.
Yeah. Did you ever like had like stories from your parents telling you like, if you don't behave for Christmas, you'll get cold or anything like that?
No, it was never like that. I'm trying to remember. In Mexico, it's not. Well, I don't know. For us, it's not that. No. Big. Like, there's no evil Santa. That's more of a. Yeah. I guess European thing.
Yeah, it seems like it is more of a European thing. For me, it's just. We don't even celebrate like Santa. Like we have our own version of it. Like, how many kings is it?
Los Reyes Magos.
Los Reyes Magos.
It's 3 of them.
The 3 kings?
Yeah. The 3 royal kings.
Yeah, my parents will tell me, like, if you don't behave, they won't come by and, like, drop off your gift. Which, I mean...
So you don't celebrate Christmas, you celebrate Los Reyes Magos?
We celebrate Christmas, but, like, we acknowledge that, like, the 3 kings are part of, like, our culture. Yeah. Have you ever made, like, a altar for them or anything like that?
No. They make altars? I didn't even know.
Yeah.
I'm not in tune with my culture.
No, I mean, I guess it is an altar, but like it's more for religious people. And I don't remember my parents ever doing one. I don't think so. I guess they're not like very like Christmassy or into the spirit.
Right.
Pretty much.
Do you know like the specificness of like each king or like what like?
I have no idea. I can look it up.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
When you're talking about Krampus, I was confusing him with I can't remember, Santa Slays or something, or like it's a movie where Santa goes around killing people with like a hook. It's like an evil version of Santa.
Really,
I was like, wait, maybe is this Krampus or is this? It's not a good movie, but
it's not. Well, the Krampus movie that came out in theaters in 2015, like I think that has a Rotten. It's called Rotten Tomatoes.
A low score.
A low score.
I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah.
Yeah,
holiday movies with like scary. I don't know. I feel like
it's just not. They don't mix together. Like I wouldn't be surprised if people are not in the mood to watch this episode.
Right.
But we gotta do what we gotta do for content.
I was gonna ask: is there Do you know of any like slasher? I don't know, because I don't know. Krampus is not really a slasher, but is there any like slasher themed Christmas movies?
Oh yes. Last year, I think The Grinch became royalty free. And they made a horror movie called The Mean One.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
I seen kill counts of it for what's it called for Dead Meat.
Okay.
I don't know if you know that channel.
Yeah, the one that like does it. Yeah.
He just kills counts.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Like, which I don't it was kind of my replacement of the watch, but like I watched the movie.
Mm.
You know, people worked hard for it, and like it was better for sure than like all those horror movies where like they take advantage of when that character becomes royalty free.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, Winnie the Pooh.
Like Winnie the Pooh, yeah.
Yeah, and then right now it's they're doing movies for what's it called? Steamboat Willie. Mickey Mouse.
Right.
The first version of Mickey Mouse, yeah.
Yeah. Oh yes, I did see that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's like a killer or whatever.
Yeah, which I mean
interesting.
Yeah, very creative for sure. But no, the Mean One is actually pretty creative. They had like a lot of things going for it. It had good gore, as far as I know. Yeah, good kills.
I feel like you can make any Dr. Seuss character into like a killer or a murderer.
Oh yes,
especially a Cat in the Hat, and he just goes.
Bro, the first Cat in the Hat movie with who was he playing?
Mike Myers.
Mike Myers, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that was terrifying.
You were scared of the cat?
Not really scared. More disturbed by it.
Right, they do look kind of weird in the outfit. I know the Grinch when I was younger. I was like, he looks kind of weird, but then after watching it, I would get over it. But yeah, like you can make any.
Yeah, I don't know what's with Dr. Seuss, which is making.
You can make anything horror related.
Yeah, the Who people like definitely have an interesting design.
Mm-hmm. So you can make them like a cult or whatever.
Yeah, definitely.
Interesting.
So tell me, like, what are like your plans for Christmas, pretty much?
My plans for I'm gonna be going to Mexico, for like 3 weeks. Gonna spend Christmas in Mexico for the first time. So see how that goes. I don't know if there's any difference over there. But yeah, that's pretty much my plans. What about you? What are you doing?
What am I doing? Okay, I guess I can talk about like the channel a little bit.
Okay.
So, so far I've had a lot of fun doing this podcast. Mm-hmm. I don't know about you, but like it's been fun for me. I've tried to do YouTube a couple years ago during the pandemic in 2020, and honestly, like I was kind of doing YouTube for the wrong reasons. Mm-hmm. I kind of wanted as like. I was noticing how much like how much money people were making off YouTube.
Right.
Like at that time I was 19, and like Mr. Beast was like blowing up at the time.
Right.
And like I was there when like at the very start of Mr. Beast, and like I realized that like he was my age. Like we're on the same age, like 24, 25, like right now currently, and like I was just like, if he's doing this, he can do it, he's making millions. I can do it too. Or like. Yeah, I remember I was on my first job, and meanwhile he was doing like YouTube videos, and my first job was only paying me like $10 an hour for like 10-hour shifts.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was I don't know, it was just I thought it was my ticket to get there, to get out. Like I don't know.
What kind of content were you making?
So my first video, which actually I'm kind of embarrassed of how it turned out. Like, it was kind of bad. It was actually a true crime video. Okay. I was going over the Tylenol killings of Chicago.
The Tylenol killings?
Yes.
Now you're going to have to explain this.
Yes. So
what is the Tylenol killings? I mean, this is topical because it's cold as hell outside right now. So
yeah. Okay.
Tylenol's.
Yeah, pretty much. Not sponsored, by the way. Yeah. We are sponsored by Red Bull. So.
What is a Tylenol killer?
So it happened in the 80s.
Okay.
And I'm going by memory. And typically what happened is that, so you know how like tablets and like, you know, the cups of like, you know, medicine and all that stuff, so they're like kind of like hard to open now. Yeah. Because they're like have safeguards now. Oh yeah. Before that they didn't have that, and now they have those safeguards because of that case. And the reason and what happened is that people were literally just putting in pills of cyanide, I think, pills in the little containers. And what happened is that people were buying, you know, the Tylenol for like headaches or whatever. And typically what will happen is that people will get a headache for whatever reason, you know, and then they'll take their, you know, their Tylenol, and then eventually they'll die within the day.
Crazy. Do they ever figure out who it was?
As far as I know, no. like there's some theories for sure that like it was Tylenol, if I remember correctly, Tylenol is run by Johnson and Johnson, or if not, it's Johnson Johnson. If that isn't it, then Johnson Johnson is a competitor. Okay. And the theory is that a competitor like dosed the container with cyanide, medicine with cyanide. You know, that is
crazy. Do they know how many killings there were? Like confirmed?
Confirmed, it was I think around 5.
Okay.
5, and it could have been more. Yeah, but it just created this type of mass hysteria
about Tylenol.
Yes, and I wish I could have. I wasn't very detailed on my thing, my first video, but you know, it is what it is. My first YouTube video.
Yeah.
And then I had other videos too. Like I did a story time about a time I got scammed for $1,000. Yep.
Wow.
And so
you've lived many lives.
Yeah, pretty much. And yeah, I've done some vlogs of like my hobbies, type of stuff. But honestly, I was just not doing it for the right reasons. I wanted to do it for like the money, for the monetization. Even though I had no idea how to run a YouTube channel at all.
Yeah.
But now that we're doing this, like now, like we only do this twice a month. And every time we finish recording an episode, I can kind of get that itch of doing more content.
Yeah.
And like I know like both of us have like other things going on, so we can't do like
as regularly as we want.
Yeah. But like I was thinking of just literally just buying my own equipment and just making videos in my own bedroom.
Okay.
And I think I'm just gonna focus on doing that like this holiday break.
Okay. Hey, that sounds like a great plan.
Yeah.
Get started.
Yeah.
You should always don't wait to start. Just do it.
Yeah, pretty much.
And are you gonna continue with the same kind of content, like true crime and all that, or?
No, I think I'm gonna save the true crime and like all the unsolved mysteries, all that type of stuff for like this podcast, because I think it's better when you tell it to someone in person. Because I don't know, I've always been a weird person. I've always liked talking about this type of stuff.
Yeah.
Like for the longest, me and my mom loved watching true crime shows, like forensic stuff.
Yeah, forensics and things like that. Yeah.
Yeah, my mom used to watch like Law and Order, CSI.
Oh, I used to watch CSI too.
Yeah, so
CSI Miami with the glasses.
Exactly. Yes, and so that gave me kind of a love for like true crime. Okay. And then I started learning more about like through YouTube about like crimes that happened, you know, that are either unsolved or solved.
Is there one that stuck with you? One unsolved mystery?
Pretty much the Tylenol killings, because I've always wanted to like make a better video than the one I initially made. I might just
remake a new one
here on the podcast and so make more research and tell you all about it.
Okay.
Yeah, one main thing that held me back for sure when I was making my videos is that they were scripted. I hate scripts.
You just like flowing, like podcasts are better.
Like we're doing it right now.
Yeah.
Like I think it's just so much better to present the information that way.
Yeah.
Because if you go watch the video again, like my first video, you will see that like I'm taking moments to like read the script. Because I will forget to say something, and like I wasn't good at editing at the time.
Yeah.
I'm still not right now. So like you can actually, I just left that out, like me reading the script again for like 2 minutes.
Oh.
Or not 2 minutes, like maybe 30 seconds.
I mean, you were trying.
I was trying. I was trying my best, and I think I'll give it another try. Genuinely.
That sounds like a.
But outside of the Tylenol killings, another one that I've always wanted to talk about was the H.H. Holmes case.
Oh, what is that? I'm not familiar with that.
I think I told you about it like a couple episodes ago.
The H.H. case.
Yeah. His name is H.H. Holmes, and he created a murder castle here in Chicago, and this was like late 1800s.
Murder. Oh, yes.
A murder castle, and he would take his victims, and like, I think he made it into like a hotel or something like that.
And I told you.
I know for sure he rented like rooms to people like at the bottom, and he'll make the second, and he just made his like torture chamber on the second floor. And the way that like it's been constructed, like, it's just very.
You mentioned it's still there, right? Or
I don't think. No, I doubt it's still there.
Okay.
Yeah, and then it makes it interesting. The reason I think it's interesting because it actually crossovers to another mystery, which is Jack the Ripper. there are theories that H.H. Holmes was actually Jack the Ripper.
Okay.
So, like, I kind of want to.
But isn't he from the UK? Jack the Ripper.
So the theory behind it is that there were periods of time where Jack the Ripper like stopped killing, and there were periods of H.H. Holmes where he will go out of town, and they try to match those timelines, and they've noticed that whenever Jack the Ripper did its killings, H.H. Holmes will be out of town. Right. So people think that H.H. Holmes will travel to the UK and do the murders, and conduct the murders there.
He's a traveling murderer.
Yeah, pretty much. There's some things that disprove it. Like, for example, H.H. Holmes is known to not be very intelligent. So and very lazy as well. Meanwhile, with Jack the Ripper, he was very informed with like anatomy. Because based on like his killings, you'll see that he will take away entire body parts, like as if a surgeon took it out.
Right.
From like, yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, you could say that he was playing dumb. So like,
I mean, yeah, you could say so.
Yeah. So maybe it is him. I don't know. Interesting. But the surgeon. Do you think Jack the Ripper was like a doctor?
Yeah, that is a theory that it might have been the doctor. There's some people say it might have been a barber, because barbers actually typically, like, to make extra money at the time, they typically try to do like doctor stuff. I think that's what I heard. And like some people say it might have been a woman, because a woman typically wouldn't be suspected to be. Because if you see a woman at that time like with like bloody clothes, people wouldn't bat an eye on it. They would just think, because there wasn't like female hygiene products at the time. So they would just think like,
interesting. I did not know that.
Yeah, like I don't know. I have so much things in my head that I just want to get out, and now I can get it out thanks to this podcast. Yeah. But outside of like the content for like my own videos, I kind of just want to talk about stuff that I like, because I definitely do have like other passions outside of like spooky stuff.
One Piece.
Oh God, yes.
You big One Piece fan?
I love One Piece. I definitely want to make a video on why I like One Piece. But to get back to the Christmas period, I actually written down a short little story of Krampus.
Okay.
To kind of like, if you want to take this from me and like tell your kids.
All right.
Or like
share it
to like kids, scare them off.
Right.
This season, you can take this prompt. Okay. Picture a wintering night. You are a kid pretending to be asleep against your parents' wishes, because you actually want to wait for Santa to come down the chimney. So actually, tell me, like, have you ever done that as a kid? Just stay up.
Well, for us, when we celebrate Christmas, we always open the gifts like at 12 a.m.
12 a.m.
Yeah, so I never had like the morning.
Yeah, pretty much same thing for me. Yeah. Okay, so you wait a couple hours, and then you hear a thump coming from the living room. So you sneakily come down to the stairs in your pajamas, and you see a man wearing a red coat munching on some cookies and milk. And cookies and milk that you left for him. You walk towards the figure and say, "Santa, is that you?" The figure turns around. You are expecting to see a friendly man that says, "Ho, ho, ho." Instead, you are surprised with a face that only a mother could love. You are frozen. You are frozen in fear. He pulls out a list with the word "naughty" written in big red letters on top of it, and asks, "Are you Ulysses?"
Okay.
You nod your head. So he proceeds to pull out a birch branch and starts beating you with it.
Oh my.
You cry in pain and ask over and over again, "Why are you doing this?" He replies saying, "Because you were naughty." After the beating, you are stuffed inside of a sack similar to Santa's, but instead of presents, it is the bodies of older children. And then Krampus proceeds to leave your home, dragging the sack with him on his way back to hell.
Interesting.
Yeah. So I guess that was the story.
And is that like a story they usually tell, like in Europe, or you just found it?
I'm not sure. Like, I was trying to find prompts of like, a parent telling their kid the story. Yeah. But no, I was only able to see like people that were things that people commonly were talking about Krampus or saying, like, just common details of Krampus that would tell their children. So I decided just to make up my own prompt, something that I would like tell my own kids to scare them.
If you don't behave, this is gonna happen.
Santa's gonna come. It's not Santa.
Krampus.
Krampus will come for you. And he'll drag you back down to hell. Yeah, because
traumatize these children.
Yeah. Let's just traumatize kids together as a family.
No, that based on what you're saying, it feels like Krampus would get your family because you're spreading not the holiday spirit.
Yeah, I guess it's kind of hypocritical for parents to like tell those kind of stories to their kids because it's not very like Christmassy. So who knows?
How do you feel about elves?
Elves?
Yeah. Sometimes it can look kind of creepy. I mean,
I agree.
Yeah,
they're kind of creepy. Have you ever seen like YouTube videos of like people finding like elves or
the elves on the shelves?
Elves in the shelves?
Yeah, like the little toys.
Yeah.
So, not a story, but
okay.
I have one.
Oh.
And sometimes I feel like his, how typically they have like their eyes to the side. Yeah. Like they're like, I feel like their eyes. Well, mine. I feel like sometimes maybe his eyes switch positions. I don't know if I'm probably tweaking, but I'm like, I look at it, I'm like, I could have sworn his eyes were looking the other way last time. But yeah, those little figurines are creepy. I don't know if you've ever seen them.
I've gone. Do you know that Christmas market in Chicago that they do every year?
Yeah, that's called. Yeah,
I've seen some of those like on the market. And I definitely get weirded out by them.
Yeah, I know. There was a video I saw. It was probably, I think it was on TikTok, of like one of those those Christmas toys that like dance and stuff. It was like a snowman, and apparently it like went off in the middle of the night. And those like apparently some of them require you to like click on them and stuff. So in this video, like from what the girl said, she said that the batteries were turned off or something, and that it still went off. And it was like her daughter's little snow character, so now she's afraid to purchase those, or whenever she sees them in the store, she gets like traumatized.
Sounds like that moment from Child's Play.
Yeah.
Where like she opens the batteries and then his turns
you turn them around and there's nothing there.
Yeah. Oh my God.
But yeah, there's like
dolls in general are just creepy, to be honest.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if they're Christmas like related or they're little elves.
Yeah.
I remember there were like videos on YouTube where I've seen those little elves like running around. Yeah.
Yeah, and then
those were really weird.
And then there's like the gnomes too that apparently move, the little porcelain ones.
Yeah, I'm kind of traumatized by like gnomes because have you ever like watched Goosebumps growing up?
Yeah,
the show. There's a whole episode like dedicated.
I haven't seen the episode, but yeah.
Yeah,
they like move around and like.
That was that one episode that scared the shit out of me.
Oh, really?
Yes, like I think like the doll named Slappy from the show.
The puppet.
The puppet.
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah.
I think they were worse than
really.
That. Yes,
I remember that puppet because they showed it to us in kindergarten. Not kindergarten. It was like second grade. I'm like, why are you guys showing us this in the library? But yeah, continue.
I mean, Goosebumps books,
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember watching just Goosebumps like at night because was it Disney Channel? No, not Disney. Like, I don't know, whatever like other like channel like for kids was.
Yeah.
Like they will do like Goosebumps episodes like at night.
Yeah, I remember.
I would always stay up to watch them.
I remember they were on like at 9 p.m. I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, my parents always made me like go to sleep after. I'm like.
And you would like sneak.
I'll sneak back in. Yeah. I was a naughty kid. Hopefully.
Oh, Krampus!
I'm surprised Krampus hasn't got me. Honestly.
But
yeah, you got anything else to say? I mean, we can wrap up. It can be a short episode. It's the holidays.
No, just happy holidays to everyone. If you celebrate Christmas.
Yeah.
Happy Hanukkah if you celebrate Hanukkah. And then happy Kwanzaa if you celebrate Kwanzaa. And then happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Yeah.
Hopefully we have more guests next time too. It'll be fun.
Definitely.
I remember we had a guest last episode that was really fun.
Oh yeah, I had tons of fun with Tatiana for sure. Yeah, we just wanted to test the waters out, which just us at first. But now we have a couple episodes with just us.
Yeah.
Now we can definitely start bringing in guests for sure.
For sure.
Yeah.
If you wanna, I don't know, how do people reach you to participate as a guest, or what are your plans?
Okay, so we have an Instagram for the podcast, and I comment the link for it in every episode. Mm-hmm. So if you want to contact us there, you can. I will try to make a Google form for anybody to go there, sign their names, and I'm gonna ask for you to like tell me like on a short condensed version of like your experience with the paranormal. Mm-hmm. And then I might ask like, do you have like any form of transportation, like a car or anything, for you can like come to like, our university to like come talk to us and
share your story.
Yeah, to come and share your story. And then I will for sure like drop an email, like our email, for you to contact us that from. Mm-hmm. But mainly like if you really want to like join the podcast, just follow us on Instagram and give us a message. Send us a message.
Yeah, for sure. We'd love to have you.
Definitely.
I always like hearing stories. Usually when I meet new people, I always ask them like, hey, do you believe in ghosts? And then if they're like yes or no, I'll be like, do you have any stories? Mm-hmm. So yeah, definitely. It's really fun.
I really like talking about this type of stuff with people too.
Yeah.
So I cannot wait for... I know people had come to me in person asking me like, hey, can I be on your podcast? And like I've told them like, of course, like sometime in the future. Mm-hmm. Come. Okay. I know a friend told me about stories in nursing homes.
Nice. Old people.
We love to hear that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it. That's the episode. Yeah, I wish you a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. I'll see you guys next year. And
hopefully you all have a restful vacation too if you travel. I don't know, you say you weren't traveling, but yeah. Happy New Year's, guys.
Thank you for watching. Give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and remember, don't look back.
Ooh, I feel like I have to do that now every time, so or else it doesn't feel complete.
And Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.